All right, I want to try to explain this whole subscription-based situation. Xbox is going up in price with their Game Pass Ultimate. PlayStation is no different. They went up as well, just not to this extreme. But I want to give you somewhat of my thoughts about why I think that this is a thing. First and foremost, these consoles are just not selling. Maybe people may think that they are, but they're not. And what's going on is the fact that these consoles sell at a loss, and when they don't sell more than what their predecessors do, it's an issue. Now, Xbox, even from the original Xbox, I think it was like 24 million. The 360 was like 80 or 90 something million. The Xbox One fell off a cliff, and the series, so on and so on. They're not making money off these consoles, so what do? They try to make you buy the games more than anything, but you're not going to buy the games if you don't have the console. So they try to do microtransactions, and that doesn't work too well because we already know the backlash with that. So what do? Let's put these games on a subscription service so you can have these games and you'll pay us revenue on a monthly or a yearly basis while the same amount of people still buying the same consoles. PlayStation had to deal with this as well. As far as consoles not selling, they still haven't reached the plateau of what they did with PS2, PS3, PS4, even the PS5 is up there. But you got to understand, they want to make more sales from these consoles. Now, it doesn't help with tariffs and all this other stuff as well. But what happens is they try to make more money for their shareholders. That's basically what it is. The shareholders want more. They want more money from what they seen from the previous console or the previous quarter or whatever the case may be. So they try to find different ways to do so, and they try to do it with the subscription-based situation. Now, we all know Xbox is not doing this thing. Xbox is pretty much in the tank when it comes to selling consoles, so they try to do everything under that umbrella to say, hey, you don't need a console. You can play on your phone. You can play on a tablet. You can play on your TV. You can get an Amazon stick. You can get play on your PC. You can play anywhere. We just need you to make that continuous revenue to us. And that was the thing at one point. Then it started not to work because apparently they keep jacking up the prices. Now, they are making a profit. I don't want anybody to get misconstrued. They are making a profit off of this stuff. They're making a profit all off of everything, even though outside of the console, I think the console still, they sell them at a loss. They are making a profit, but the problem is they're not making enough for their shareholders. That's why the prices of all this stuff is going up, and it's not just a video game thing. You can look at all the other stuff that they're doing as well in the industry. Everything is going up. Netflix, not PS, but ESPN Plus, any other, Hulu, all these things are going up because they want more revenue because they got to answer to their shareholders. So this is the biggest issue with what's going on. Yes, there's a lot of greed going on, but the basis of it is they're not making money off the consoles that they're selling. They never have. And it doesn't help that the fact that the console sales aren't going higher than they were before. Like I said, you got to understand, haven't been a console yet to surpass the PlayStation 2. And that console came out in the year 2000. So when you look at shareholders want you to make products that makes more than the predecessor so they can, the investors, the shareholders can make money on the back end. And they're not doing that, so they're coming up with different ways. Like I said, they tried to sell you more games at a higher price. They tried to get you to get microtransactions. That didn't work. Now they're trying to do the subscription-based thing, and that's not working. Now the prices of that going up. This is why I believe that Xbox themselves are getting out of the console space in general, because they're just not making a profit, and they got to answer to the guys on the board. Now, as far as Nintendo go, Nintendo's just going to do whatever they want to. Nintendo is just doing what they want to, and that's how they roll. And that's why they're not necessarily in the same category, even though the prices of their console and other accessories have gone up. It's just not as egregious as the other ones. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Am I talking crazy? Do I not know what I'm talking about? Give me an explanation. I really would appreciate it. And yeah, I'm out.